97.9 105.5 Kiss FM, the number one hit music station. Brandon C. checking in, and I am not alone. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you a very talented musician, singer, and songwriter by the name of Joey Fleming. And, as 2020 has gone, had plans to come into the studio today, but is checking in from up north right now. Man, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, no, appreciate you checking in and bringing us this new song today. So some of you may already be familiar with Joey and the work he's done in the past with his band, In Her Own Words. I mean, we met through our network of people. You got this new song, and you've said it on your social media. This is kind of a new chapter for you that you seem to be excited to kind of dive into. So I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited. So obviously with COVID, everything kind of got put on pause with the band. So I was kind of just at home, like we couldn't play any shows. So I was like, you know what? I've been saying I'm going to put out some solo stuff for, my entire life, and I haven't done it yet. So this is kind of just my first dive into that. So I've been kind of blessed, like, with the time that I've had to kind of just put work into this, like I've been wanting to.
Yeah.
So I'm super, super excited.
Yeah. And how has it been, trying to navigate your first solo release in a pandemic? I mean, somehow you've done it and we're finally here.
Yeah, it's been weird, I think. I don't know. It's definitely like a new, everything's just new. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of hard to like navigate around completely new territory.
Yeah, so, right.
That being said, it hasn't been that big of a struggle. Like it's kind of been nice being able to just sit down and relax and like really do things right for once. And like actually put things out, in like on my own terms, like the ways that I have been wanting to do it. So
let's talk about the song, because it definitely, I connected with it as soon as I heard it first time you played it for me, and it's definitely crafted in a way to evoke a certain feeling, and it's called New York. So let's talk about why you chose this song to be your first solo song, where you were mentally when you wrote it, all of that good stuff.
Yeah. So I think I started writing this song I think it was like beginning of August. And I was kind of just like, it's like middle of the pandemic, and like kind of just like reminiscing on old times. And I'm just like, oh man, like that's a good idea for a song, like literally what I'm going through right now, I can just write about and put it on paper and see what happens. And it kind of like sparked like this whole idea that like this can be like the beginning of where I take the next chapter, like I said.
Yeah, and it feels lyrically very raw and honest about situations you've been through and whatever it may be. I mean, how much more personal does it get that I know I'm bad at saying sorry, but I want your scent back in my sheets? You know what I mean? Like,
right, exactly.
You really put it out there on this one, which is great, I think.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm trying to be more specific with my lyrics these days.
Yeah.
I think there's like a nice, like, there's like an art to like being extremely specific in what you're saying on paper. So I'm kind of trying to implement that more into my next music that's coming out.
Yeah, now let's talk about, your sound, how where you've been has kind of dictated where you're going now, because although they're somewhat different, there's still elements of what you did with the band in your solo stuff too, because that's who you are.
Right. Yeah. I kind of just always been, like a poppy kind of rock singer. So I think like kind of blurring the lines and meshing like pop and rock together is like always what I've listened to it my entire life. So
right. That was your vision for your solo music.
Yeah. That's listening to Blink-182, like growing up and stuff. Like I kind of just like have that in my musical blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. And for those that don't know, you do have ties locally, correct?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Rome, New York.
There you have it. That's awesome, man. And you've been in LA for the past few years or so working with the band, and as we said, brought you here today to your first solo release. And also the video for this, you sent me the link, and the video I think complements the song perfectly, filmed in New York. So talk a little bit about the visual that goes along with the audio. Yeah,
so once I was hearing these songs, I was like, this seems like a really cool video. So I was talking to my buddy Zach, who's the videographer, and I was like, hey, like, what are we gonna do like visually for the song? And he's like, are you serious? Like, is it not obvious? We have to go to New York. And we're like, oh yeah, we got to go to New York. Like, it's like the city was empty because of COVID and stuff. So it was pretty easy to stay away from people. So, and also like seeing New York as empty as it is in this video is like weird to see, because you're used to seeing millions of cars and people shoulder to shoulder, and in the video it's kind of like, I don't know, it's just like an empty New York City, which I don't think we'll ever see again. So it's kind of cool to capture that in the moment.
Right, and it still captures the vibe, because, the song's called New York, filmed in New York City, but I think no matter where you are in the States, you can kind of feel this song, because New York is a feeling that's kind of hard to describe, but I think you captured it with the way this sounds in the visual and all that too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah. So let's, at Joey Fleming on all social media. Check the video. The video is on our website now, cnykiss.com, exclusively for today. And then everything will be out nationwide tomorrow and worldwide, really. Which brings me to my next point. Thank you for choosing us, man. It's always a humbling experience when I get to premiere something for the first time, and being that you are from Rome, New York, I'm very excited to team up with you and debut this live here on Kiss FM. I think we should get into it for the first time. Joey Fleming, New York, on 97.9, 105.5 Kiss FM. 105.5